So we were talking about how AI right now, what the world is experiencing with AI is kind of like what the world experienced when the internet first came out. It can be intimidating, and a lot of business owners might not think that they could benefit from using it, or they're scared to try it. They don't know where to start. So we were talking about this. Like, obviously, everybody talks about ChatGPT, even though there's so many other tools out there, because it's free and it's the most talked about. So to someone who knows zero about anything, use ChatGPT just to play around with it, because you never know where you could benefit from an AI tool in the future. Like, we were using a tractor company for an example. They might not have thought that they would use the internet so heavily. Now they need the internet for a website.
Yeah,
Same
basically
thing with
every
AI.
company needs
Right.
the internet, needs to have a website in order to survive. I
You
mean,
don't
really,
think
that's one of the things too that I hear a lot of people, Gary, they're resisting it the same way they kind of resisted the internet. Like, I don't want to be on that. I'll never put a credit card in the internet. I think they're just maybe looking at it as a play tool, but maybe not looking at how they can use it to benefit their business. And one of the things that we were saying that, now that you play with it, understand how it works and maybe understand those tools, because it could help you with even writing content, or just as you would like Google. It might help you find answers. Not necessarily that it's realistic on it, but it could be something that you could really use. But also now start thinking about almost like the low-hanging fruit. What are some of the mundane tasks that happen in your business all the time that could be used with some type of automation tool? Because then you can kind of take, not necessarily ChatGPT, but there's other resources that are out there with automation that will allow you to kind of eliminate those things and empower your business for easier growth without having to expand, more employees, or maybe you can take a load off of those mundane tasks off of current employees and give them bigger tasks, allow them to kind of expand and grow personally. So, I mean, that's kind of some of the stuff we were talking about.
Yeah, I think that everybody ought to be engaged in this, just because even if there's not a use case for you today, you have to know what's going on. And the thing is literally changing sometimes within the same day. It's advancing, and a great example is this text to video. You can put 3 words in and it generates an entire video scene for you. So it's better to be involved in this right now, because at some point, something that you might not even have thought about, it's going to make your life more efficient. Forget your business, forget everything else, just your life in general. It can help make more efficient.
Even if you're going to apply for a job, you don't know what to put on your resume. I need some descriptive words.
Exactly.
It could easily just, at the snap of your fingers, help you make your resume sound a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Or if you're playing with this and you're putting, that I've understand ChatGPT, it might actually help in your resume too, just because people are going to start looking for experts in that automation and that kind of world.
Well, and you don't have to go search for to-do list and motivational list and this kind of list and that kind of list. You can go tell this thing, hey, I'm having trouble doing this. What is the best process to fix this? And it'll just give you the answers.
Yeah.
Like just point blank specific answers on what to do to fix whatever your problem is. It's like it can fix any problem that you have that's not an emotional problem.
Yeah, and I found it kind of cuts a lot of the riffraff out. Kind of like how if you go and you put that same kind of, the notion in Google, you get all kinds of shit coming back, and you're like, okay, let me click on this to see if that's it. No, that's not what I want. Let me go back. This kind of just gives you a direct, black and white, straightforward answer that kind of allows you to kind of move forward.
Well, I think if you're a business owner and you're questioning whether or not, like, you want to take the time to learn this, the whole reason why we're suggesting ChatGPT, get comfortable playing around with prompts first, and then go venture out to the other, because there's so many AI tools out there that are so great for designing and creative stuff and all of that. But if you want a free version, try ChatGPT, play around with it, get comfortable with it, and then maybe go pay for a different kind of service like Copy AI, things like that cost money, but you don't know if it's worth the investment until you play around with it.
Well, the fascinating thing as you follow this stuff, and I must be in the AI algorithm, because it's the fact that you can go basically anything that you might want. There was just this guy that was offered $300,000 as a prompt engineer. So but if you look at all these different threads I'm getting, these people have figured out so many cool little ways that literally applies to every part of your life. If you want a spreadsheet, if it's a Word document, if it's writing a letter, if it's doing research, it's unbelievable. And more and more we're going to wake up. And Elon made this statement today that money is going to come much less important as AI gets more powerful. And I think what he's trying to say is you're going to be able to do a lot of these things that you typically would have to hire and spend money for before. This is going to become way more valuable because it's at your fingertips. There's nothing better than for you to have the tools you need at your fingertips. If you woke up every day and you didn't have to ask anybody to do anything for you, like I know personally, I would much rather be able to go in and not bother people with things that are, just are outside of my skill set. Now I just go, the whole Google thing, like you said, Mike, you go put this thing in, then it gives you a million different answers. Is it biased? Is it jaded? Is it this? Is it that? No, you go right here and it gives you the actual answers to your questions. So it just shortens the timeline. That's why it doesn't make sense to me as a human resource and being efficient with your time and utilizing your time. It takes something that would typically have to have at least another person involved in it, research done. It's at your fingertips to type something in and you have the answer right there. That to me is the magic of it.
I can't go 5 minutes without scrolling on Twitter of not seeing a thread about these really cool prompts to use. Here's 4 prompts to get this, this, and this. And it literally tells you exactly what to put in. So do the research, guys. If you have specific questions, like search hashtags for it. It's all over social media. Yeah. But like you said, you kind of have to get on that tech side of it to see this kind of stuff. But I promise you, there's so much stuff out there depending on what you're wanting help with. But
yeah, even meeting notes. I was reading about a guy who has built an app to kind of summarize your meetings, right? So you have a meeting online, you record it, you put it into this thing, and now it summarizes the notes for you and gets you out to everyone. But yeah, from a personal standpoint, a business standpoint, this is what the future is. Why resist it? It's not doing anything. This is only going to help your life if you use it in the aspects that are beneficial to you. So why would you? I don't think it's a good idea to resist this. I think it's a good idea to lean into it.
Well, I think even just beyond resisting, I think people still just aren't aware of how much it can benefit their life. Like you said, personally and business-wise. How many small little tasks can just be, they say time is money, right? You're saving so much of that. So,
and even relationally, you might not be a good writer that knows how to write a little love note to your wife. And it's like, man, I've been wanting to write my wife a great love note. And every time I start writing it, I sound like a fool. It'll write the most beautiful love note you've ever seen in your life, man. So it's bringing peace and harmony and love to the world, too, if it's used properly.
So we had this corny idea, but if you guys think it would be good to have ChatGPT tell us some dad jokes, which I think would be funny. I haven't tried it yet, so we might make a podcast about that.
Yes, one today where you put in 3 words and it creates a whole video
That's
for
crazy.
You on the fly, like in a matter of seconds.
So, and then, guys, I tried this other tool. It was called Video AI. And it was like we took one of our 30, 40-minute podcasts, and all I did was drag and drop that into this generator. And I had the free version. So, again, I could only do like 1 or 2 videos of it. But it gave me 15 different reels off of our 30 to 40-minute podcast. Like, it went and it took little snippets of it for me to use, which that's crazy. That's literally like 2 hours of editing.
Yeah, I mean, what you were saying, too, that it in less time that it could take you to actually just even watch
the whole
podcast, watch the whole podcast to break it up. It delivered this information to her.
How good was it?
I sent it to y'all. It was the only...
The one we posted was pretty good, but
right.
were some of them not so good?
No, it's not that they were bad. It's just that I wish it would take different pieces from different parts of the conversation.
Because you don't have that control over it.
It would only do like 3 or 4 sentences.
Yeah, it's based off the flow.
Right.
I see.
So it was like if I wanted these 2, I would have to go then and do that. But it literally did the auto-generated text for you. You could pick the style of the text. You could pick which words are highlighted. It was really cool. And it did work like with 2 different people talking, but it would only take like 5 minutes of this part of this conversation and not something from the beginning, something in the end. But still, I mean, it's just like if you're one of those people that needs to generate content, but you don't have a whole lot of time, this saves you hours.
It's the gold rush like they talked about. It is literally the gold rush.
So
every day there's hundreds of new apps being built.
It's crazy, y'all. Like this is just...
You got to jump in, man. Why not jump in? There's nothing for you to lose, Education and knowledge is everything, and now knowledge is at your fingertips in a way that we've never experienced before, like times a million. Like one day we woke up and it was all different.
And I think if you know how to use this more than the next person, that's something that you can learn.
You know that new hologram thing where they can put you in that box and then it whatever, they film you and then they send the box ahead and you're there?
Like giving a whole
So can you
presentation.
imagine, dude, soon they'll be able to just take a picture of you and then write your script or your meeting, and then a total fake person could literally be standing in this computer screen giving a speech that he didn't even write, that someone else typed, just like we did with you.
Right. I just kept thinking about how AI has opened up so many opportunities for disabilities. Like a lot of times professors ask for note takers in class for students with disabilities. Yeah. But imagine with this kind of stuff, like this just opens up so many more doors.
And I think they said it just passed the what is the exam to become a lawyer? Is it the
bar?
The bar. Yeah, just the ChatGPT. I don't think 3 couldn't do it, but it got a 90. It scored in the 90 percentile.
I saw that. That's crazy.
Yeah, passing the bar.
That's so crazy.
It's insane.
Yes.
Yeah, it's insane.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, jump on board. Don't wait. Get in it.